Hey, I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. And I had someone ask me a question, and it was, if you could start today as an entrepreneur, what would you have done differently if you were starting over? And actually, I've started over several times in my career, so it happens often. But I thought about the question, and my answer actually was I would start networking earlier. And then I would hire more professionals earlier, which means you sometimes have to wait for things that you want to do immediately. So let's talk about the networking thing first. So that actually, I didn't start networking until I was probably in year 4 or 5 of my business. I've been in business for 10 years. So it really took me a long time to figure out what even networking was. And now I'm like the networking queen. So, but I think I would have just tried to go out there more earlier and not been so afraid, because you're going to suffer rejection no matter what you do, whether you're out there or you're not. So you've just got to get over it and just do it, because you're going to get rejected either way. So you have to learn to take those rejections. You also have to learn to not take on clients that are going to reject you after you started working with them. So that's another thing to learn. And that comes also from networking. So networking allows you to have this relationship with people before you start working with them. So you can really learn to read humans, read their emotions, read their language and their body language and what they're going to do before they even do it. And that really helps you as a business owner, because half of the business is reading people. Whether they're clients, whether they're vendors, are they going to pay you? Are they going to do a good job? Whatever that's going to be. Are they going to be somebody that's good to work with? Are they trustworthy? You can learn all of that in networking. So it really gives you an advantage. The second thing would be to hire more professionals earlier. And I've hired several coaches over my tenure and in business in my 10 years, and I think switching coaches is amazing. So you have a coach for a while, maybe a year or two, switch coaches, try a different coach. Maybe they have a different speciality. Maybe it's a networking coach, maybe it's a business coach, maybe it's a life coach. Whatever you need at that moment, you need to hire a coach. It's not like they're going to suck you dry of money. You need to be prepared for it. You need to be ready to spend an investment on your business, but it's going to come back to you tenfold. It always does. So those are my two things. If I was going to start over today, what I would do, and I would have hired a coach earlier, a professional, professional web designers, professional logo people, people like that, VAs, all those kind of things earlier. But you got to wait, because you got to save the money. And then also I would have started networking earlier, because, like I said, you're going to get rejected either way. You might as well be working with people that you can actually have as potential clients along the way as well, rather than being so afraid of it. So don't be afraid. Go out there, network. And if you're not sure where to network, check out networkandjacks.com. There's so much on there. And if you're in another city or another area, check out your Chamber of Commerce. Sometimes it's not always the easiest to get into, but there's ways around that, and I've got some tips. So check it out. See what you can do about doing some of these things earlier. That's my advice to entrepreneurs who are not 10 years down the road.